Tales from the Crypt, Season 4, Episode 6. What's cooking with an apostrophe because the G isn't there. You see, this one starts out with the intro, and then we get into the Crypt Keeper. He's you only see him from about maybe there, kind of how my frame is, and you see him doing the wine thing with the cork, turning it and shit, and you hear a guy that sounds like something is being put in his butt. But it's not. The crypt keeper's putting that cork in his eye and pulling it out. It didn't sound like that. We'd be like, what are you doing to my eye? Not like, ooh, oh, oh, oh. Tales from the Crypt. So we get into the story, and dare I say, this one is a classic. It's the one with Christopher Reeves, Meatloaf, that lady, Pud Nelson, and Art LaFleur. It's a classic. It's the one where they're eating people at the diner. You remember the diner that's failing because old Christopher Reeves thinks it's a good idea for this white guy in Boston to open up a squid restaurant. Oh, I wonder why my diner's failing. Oh, well, maybe because you're not a hairy knuckled Greek, doing diner food. You're this fucking cracker in Boston doing I would think is an Asian cuisine. So he's failing like a motherfucker. He can't pay the bills, and after hours, his landlord, played by Meat Loaf, walks in looking and talking like a southern preacher going on, "You don't have my money. I'm gonna damp myself with my jerkin and shit." Oh, I'm Christopher Reeves talking now. Sorry, Meatloaf, I don't have your money. I don't care if you have my money. You're the fuck out of here. And then Christopher Reeve loses it and kind of like cuts him a little bit on the hand, and Meatloaf freaks out. Oh, I'm calling the cops. I can't believe you did this. And old Pud Nelson's an employee of the restaurant, and he's in an alley drinking with a couple fat hobos, and he sees what's going on. So old Pud's like, "Yeah, I'll take care of this." And he does. Comes morning starts. I was gonna say morning starts. These fucking idiots go to open up their diner, and I should say it's a husband and wife team that own the diner. It's Christopher Reeves and his wife Sperma, and then Pud Nelson's like their dishwasher, busboy. Only three people work at this fucking place, so you divvy up the jobs how you want. Uh, they come in, and they say, "Oh, look, there's steaks in here." Ooh, I guess old Bud put some steaks in here. So they start serving up these steaks, and they run out, and the lady's like, "Hey, is there any more steaks back there?" And old Pud's just like, "There sure is. I'll go get some." So Pud says, "Hey, Superman, can you hold the fucking door on this freezer open for me?" So he goes into the freezer, and oh, Christ on a cracker. It's fucking big fat meatloaf with his dick chopped off and pieces of his ass chopped out because those were the steaks. I can't believe it. So people are loving this shit. They're making tons of fucking money hand over fist at this new steakhouse that they're doing. But they go to get more steaks, and there's just a midget skeleton with a head on it that really doesn't look like Meatloaf at all. So they have to kill other motherfuckers. And after a while, cop comes in. They think the heat's on. Pud Nelson's like, oh shit, it's my time to split and leave these people with the fall. But it fucking backfires on him. And the husband and wife have the upper hand. The cop comes in and is like, oh, yeah, I'm going into business, and now we're going to eat you, Pud Nelson. Tales from the Crypt. Then we go to the Crypt Keeper. He's got a butcher apron on, and he's fucking with the dude, sticks a beer thing in his head, something comes out and fucking something about being cum drunk and sucking dick, and we're out. Yeah, this was a good one. This is a good one, and it's a classic and memorable for a reason because it's a good fun episode. Let me look at the old notes here and see if I forgot anything that I should have mentioned, but I think that's about it. Oh, Gil Adler directed it. He's like the main producer of this thing, if I fucking remember. And I wrote down John Leonetti shot it because the name John Leonetti stuck out to me. I can't think of anything else that he worked on, but for some reason that name stuck out to me. May. Maybe it's a pizza place near you. Learn to speak, Tom, you fucking dildo. Yeah, I don't know. That looks like about it. This one had a commentary track. I've been listening to these things on watching these on DVD, and I think this is the first one that had a commentary track. Right about 7 minutes in, it has fucking the Crypt Keeper, the dude who wrote the book, and I think Al Katz on it. Uh Crypt Keeper. He just tries to just say anything he thinks is funny just at any time, just trying to get it in there as quick as he can. Just he thinks it's the funniest shit, and it's not. And it made me be like, damn, Tom, maybe you should slow your roll on the fucking podcast because this is how the fuck you're coming off, I'm sure. So, hey, I'm going to slow my roll on the podcast that you can watch or listen to every Monday here on this YouTube channel or at boygob.com if you want the audio version. After that, you can check out dwnproductions.net with all my masks, busts, props, custom work. Maybe you want some custom work made, a custom Crypt Keeper, a custom Meatloaf, a custom Christopher Reeves. Can you believe it? Little known fact. After Christopher Reeves shot this episode, he fell off a horse. Crazy. And then you can head on over to fastcustomshirts.com for hundreds and hundreds of spectacularly horrific t-shirt designs, all extremely reasonably priced. If you want some custom shirts, hit them up. Why am I promoting Fast Custom Shirts? Because that's the other dude I do the podcast with every week. So there you go. In the commentary, I should say that for the little bit I listened to, the Crypt Keeper definitely said that he was sucking the fucking. He was sucking the guest stars, and that's how they got him. He didn't word it like that, but he was just like a comment was made. He's like, yeah, this is the time that, it wasn't the Crypt Keeper talking, it was one of the other dudes. It was like, yeah, this is the time we started getting a lot of guest stars because people saw what the show was and it was catching on. And Crypt Keeper said some shit like, yes, I slept with them so they'd be on the show. Some shit. I promise you. It's fucking crazy. I know at the end I keep saying, and then he said something about sucking dick. But the Crypt Keeper's a fucking pervert. You always remember that. And until next time, boy God.